Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1.
Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports. This is the JP Show.
JP, it is so good to hear you back on the air.
Stand by. Now, here's JP.
All right, welcome into a Thursday edition of the JP Peterson Show. Thank you guys so much for jumping aboard. It's been a crazy week here. Thank you guys for jumping in. Look at a big studio shot from my man Tim Ham. Yeah, look at that. Got the sponsors up on the wall.
How you like that?
Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff.
Good day, mate.
I'm already speaking in a British accent because I've been watching the Open Championship all morning. I'm running late because I watched Matthew Fitzpatrick, who's run one right in. Did you see that? From the roof, from the heather. Knocked it right in on the fly. Dropped it in.
I've got 36 of the 72 channels in the studio, or the 72 TVs in the studio on the British Open right now. I'm not going to miss anything.
Who's leading?
Fitzpatrick. Well, he's tied at 4 under with Lee and J.S. Olesen.
Oh, he's a lovely lad. Lovely lad.
You know what they say about those boys, right? Matthew Fitzpatrick and Patrick Fitzmatthew.
Yes. Yeah. No, he off the green, diabolical shot about 20 feet below the stick.
Mm-hmm.
Let right, these greens, it falls off into the dunes like 40, 50 feet down. So he missed it to the right, and he was about 20 feet below the surface of the green. He just pops it up, and it just slammed right off the stick.
Phil Mickelson just hit one of the greatest shots I've ever seen in my life, and I can't stand that MFer.
Did he hit it like over his head?
No, that was last week or wherever that was.
Oh my
but
God.
that didn't count because that wasn't a real tournament.
Yeah.
This is a real tournament, kind of. No, he just hit it out of one of those little deep bunkers to within about 10 feet of the pin, but pin high off to the side, and it had side spin, and it bounced exactly sideways right into the cup from about 60 feet.
Are you shitting me?
No, dude, I was just watching it live, right? It was pretty awesome. I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
I hate Phil Mickelson.
But he makes shots like that. That's crazy.
But he's good. He's good.
That's crazy. Spun it right into the hole sideways?
Yeah, sideways.
Wow.
Out of one of those deep ass bunkers, too. Like, it was crazy.
It's called a pot bunker.
Yeah.
You moron. Come on. Use the right term. I like that other shot. Let's just go with the other shot. It looks cool.
You can't see me?
Well, it's just not as tight as that one. To be polite. That's a great shot.
All right, I'm okay with it. I don't care. I don't got an ego.
I got it. You could use the shot. You could use our wide shot if you want.
Well, it's got all those idiots in it, though.
Yeah, I know. The knuckleheads are here. The knuckleheads are here. Interns are here. Yeah, whatever. All right, we're also going to we haven't really hit the creamsicle. I know we had a lot of comments yesterday and the day before because we've been doing so much raised sales stuff. So which we're going to get to off the top here. So, all right, Paul Stewart's going to join us from across the pond, and we'll have an update on the British Open, which she is intently watching. So anyway, away we go. So a couple of things. I know Mark Topkin kind of outed Fred Ridley and Dan Doyle, but he didn't. I think he kind of danced around it. There are reports, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I'm going to do this right now, and I'm sure Mark will attribute it to our show or not.
Sure.
Fred Ridley and Dan Doyle are confirmed members of the group. So when he wrote, there are reports. Yes, this is, I'm not exactly sure what his verbiage was, but anyway, it's confirmed. It is absolutely, I can now, they've been told I can't confirm it. Mark had it first. I totally admit that. He scooped me on that story, but I kept quiet because that's what I said I would do until they let me know. I'm not sure how he got it, but good for him. And I can confirm that they are definitely 2 members of the group. I'm working on confirming the entire group. Getting a go-ahead might come during the show. It might not. So yeah, that is confirmed. So now what does that mean? Well, as we said yesterday, if you don't know, Fred Ridley is the chairman of Augusta National, and it's quite frankly one of the most powerful positions on the planet. There is no billionaire on this planet that he cannot pick up the phone and say, "Hey, I'm Fred Ridley.
Yeah,
give me
P.
$300 million for something."
Yeah.
The answer would be yes, I can. Yes, I would love to be your business partner, 100%. As would all Major League Baseball owners, absolutely. I was hanging out with Orestes Destrada yesterday, talking ball. We went to Riveters for a couple hazy IPAs, some chicken wings, and he had the most amazing burger. I got to put these pictures up. He had the most amazing burger of all. I love the wings so much and the prime rib sandwich. I haven't had a burger there yet.
Oh wow!
And it was like, when you can smell a good burger.
Yeah,
like you could smell the Angus meat. Like it's that smell of charred, really good meat on a grill. That's what she brought it out. Christine brought it out. And she put it down. It's like, and you could just, the wafting of the smell was like, oh, I want to eat that burger. But I'd already had like 30 wings. So I'm like, no, I'm good. So, which were fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Happy hour wing. By Wing Wednesday. It was Wing Wednesday. It's better than happy hour. Happy hour, you get 8 for 12. Wing Wednesday, you get 5 for $5. Wings, like real wings, the big ones, the fresh ones, not frozen. 5 for $5. We don't talk about that enough. And of course the hazy IPA, their new microbrew, is just to die for. Usually I'll just do 2 IPAs. I told you this yesterday. Mm-hmm. I'm good. Little beer buzz. Third one went down. There comes number 4. Grand slam. Woohoo! Yeah. So, but we sat there and talked ball and had a great time. And I'm trying to explain to him, because O's not a big golfer. He doesn't know who Fred Ridley is for the most part.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
He doesn't understand. I should say he knew what, he doesn't understand it. Like he doesn't understand. And I'm sitting here trying to explain it to him. And it just comes to me as like, unless you know, you just don't know. It's hard. You cannot really express to somebody, what that means, what that position means.
Right.
And what kind of clout it carries. It's just because it's all intertwined in the magic that is Augusta National and the Masters. And that magic is oftentimes hard to explain to people who don't know and don't get it. You have to sit there and watch the Masters from the time you're 4 years old and watch every round for the rest of your life to really understand the magnitude of how most people feel about it. I'm not saying everybody has to feel that way. That's not what I'm saying. But the people who understand the Masters, and most really rich people do that. They understand it. They understand what it means. It's like, you're Bill Gates. You can buy anything. You can't buy into Augusta. Yeah. Yep. Nope. It's going to take some time if you ever get in at all. College football coaches have taken jobs to get Masters memberships. Yeah, it's but beyond something you can really talk about. But what does it mean? It means, first of all, and we talked about this yesterday, Fred Ridley is just one of the most outstanding human beings you'll ever meet in your life. He just is, and that's why he's the chairman of Augusta National, because he was an amateur champion, last amateur champion that did not turn pro.
Yep.
He is a very well-credentialed attorney, a member of the board of trustees at the University of Florida, widely regarded as one of the smartest and kindest and most wonderful people you will ever meet in your life. And what he's done at the Masters and Augusta to open it up to the women's amateur and bring it into the 21st century, frankly, is amazing. And I never thought I would see it, but it's opened up, it's while still keeping the Masters as special and exclusive. That makes it magical. He's also opened it up to people to maybe get a little bit more a taste of it. So,
right.
And Major League Baseball owners, and this is what I've been telling you guys for what, since February, right? When I found out that Fred was part of this group, and Dan Doyle, and eventually Zalupski added to it, and we'll get more. Is that you're going to love these people. You're going to love these people. They are Tampa Bay people. They have done so much in the Tampa Bay area. I mean, Fred Ridley has worked with the first team, and you don't know all the things that Fred's done here and the money that he's raised in this area, because he's very low profile, and he wants to keep it that way. But he has raised millions of dollars, helped raise millions of dollars for the first tee that has done the short course at Rogers Park, all the renovations to Rogers Park, which is our inner city public golf course that has mentored thousands of young kids that would never get to play golf and never get to some of the lessons, the life lessons that they teach in the first tee that have made them all incredibly successful people. And it's those opportunities. And this is the type of person Fred is. And this is the type of people that the public will wrap their arms around here when it comes to making votes on stadiums, etc. So that's why Major League Baseball loves this group. This is why they've been backing this group. This group didn't offer the most money.
Yeah.
Other groups may have offered more money, but you don't, baseball doesn't know who they are for the most part. Hadn't vetted them. Not that they're bad people at all. Mr. DeBartolo. I mean, these are Joe Malloy, great folks, great people, man. They are, and all the people in that group, fantastic local people. And so, but that, to me, that wasn't really their issue. It was like, you don't have some of the political connections that this group has. And Fred Ridley being amongst them. So I think it's just a little, that doesn't mean the other group was not great. It was fantastic,
right.
But this is the group, Major League Baseball. And there's a lot more reasons that I'm not even aware of. But I think the number one reason is they can get a deal done in Tampa, a stadium deal done in Tampa. And as Hagan said, they're prepared to pay as much as 60% for the stadium, which leaves 40% for the developer and the city and the county and the state with infrastructure to pick up. That's not hard. That is not a tough deal. And it's certainly a great return on investment.
Yep.
The St. Pete deal, you're talking, there was over $700 million in cash up front with interest, $1.3 billion that the city of St. Pete and Pinellas were going to have to pay for the stadium. And in terms of cost of not collecting real estate taxes and the cost of giving away the real estate to Stu Sternberg, who's already a billionaire, who's been mocking your city for decades, the total cost was $2.4 billion to the city and the county. Like, that's why we called it the greatest boondoggle in history. $2.4 billion. That's more than Miami, who currently holds the record for biggest boondoggle in the history of sports. We'd run right past them. So thank God Stu couldn't come up with the money. And it's just. So I was talking with a businessman last night who's doing a deal in St. Pete, a restaurant deal in St. Pete, just got permitted, and he's like, "Hey, St. Pete doesn't need baseball. All the business owners there are like, whew, boy, we dodged the bullet there. We'd much rather have a convention center where there's not 81 days a year traffic just spewing into and people that some just come in and come out." Yeah, the business people in St. Pete are over the moon. I'm sure Mark Ferguson is not. Ferg's made a lot of money off the Rays. I'm sure he's not, but most are. Most are like, okay, now we can really get going. And let's, can we just get rid of this trop right now and not have to play here for 4 more years, and we can develop this land into a convention center that'll really make us all money? Yeah, that's what they want to do in St. Pete. So I already got questions here this morning. From Mike H., who said, with the sales agreement, does this agreement in place, does this lock Stu out of making trades? And could the new ownership make trades before the deadline, which is before the final sale in September? Eric Neander is happy now. I would think he is. I don't know that for sure, but, I would think he is. But I don't know the exact answer to that, but I've been told that there are already Major League Baseball folks and new ownership folks that are working within the organization for transition purposes.
Right.
But I would think, and you could correct me on this, Tim, this is back in history. I do remember, and I can't cite the example right now, but I remember when new ownership groups were coming in, that there were moves that were made, and it was like, yeah, this had to be okayed by new ownership.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think the deal is done. So now, I think if they wanted to make a move at the deadline and add payroll, that they absolutely would sign off on that. I think maybe it's a sign-off thing. Like, hey, Eric would say, hey, look, this is a 4-year deal. We're getting my fantasy world. We're getting Acuna. When you want to sign off on $17 million over the next 3 years, oh, hell yes.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. So that, yeah, I think that's possible. I don't know for a fact, but I think that's very much possible, and that's what I've been told. So that's my final answer.
Yeah, no, that's very common. That's very
Right,
common,
and
it's only right. I mean, it's only the right thing to do, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Now, and this is why Major League Baseball has been inside the organization for quite some time, because they did not want Stu to sell off assets to to just get cash and whatnot. That's And and it's another thing. You don't hear anything from Stu. There have been no statements. He's not even talking to the Times. That's because Major League Baseball said, don't. Just take your money and go. And that's obviously what's happening here. Mike H. also suggests, JP, I know you don't want to hear this, and St. Pete is a failed location, and the new ownership wants Tampa. What is the possibility St. Pete will pitch a deal with new ownership? 75%? Well, what's the possibility they pitch it? Oh, probably 100%. But nobody's listening.
Right.
Major League Baseball is not going to go through all this shenanigans to have the stadium built. If that's the case, it's the last resort.
Right.
Because I know this group does not want to build in St. Pete. And the reason that they're the preferred group is because they don't want to build in St. Pete. The Malloy group probably had $2 billion ready to go. But their focus had been on St. Pete for the longest time. And when I met with them, I was like, I think really you should look at Tampa, because I think that's what Major League Baseball wants. Now, fact of the matter is, and I told them this, they're probably already too far down the road anyway.
Right.
But they were a great group and would have been great for Tampa, 100%. And if for some reason, and I don't think this is going to happen, but because I know this is a done deal, it were to blow up, these guys would be waiting in the wings, and they would be great owners. It would be a great ownership group. But this group is better I don't want to say better, but it's really, really good. So I don't think St. Pete is that. Now there's absolutely, some political upheaval in Tampa. And this is something that, and I hate to give B any credit, but he does mention a good, and we do this, even though sometimes we don't like their opinions. We put it out there because we could discuss it like rational human beings. Imagine. JP, you need Vieira and Wolstall. City and county politicians there will be many, I think he means no votes, will be long and drawn out. Ken Hagen is just one vote. Unfortunately, the vocal minority, he makes you think 100% done. Listen, I understand this is bringing up political issues here. And I think Ken has been very clear about this. And I think his words have been twisted by media many, many times. And for people like B, he has said repeatedly, we are going to protect the taxpayers. And this is always, we've said this a lot, but we'll say it again for those who may not be able to hear what they don't want to hear. The St. Pete deal was a complete boondoggle, as I just outlined. Okay. That's why Stu Sternberg was interested in it. He was never interested in St. Petersburg before. If he's literally said dozens of times, came out of his mouth and Brian Ald's mouth and Matt's, St. Pete is not a major league city. And he was 100% correct, just in terms of the demographics. I don't mean major league is in great. It is a great city.
Right.
It's fantastic. It's amazing. It's just not a good place for a baseball team. But this is why they don't want it in St. Pete. Major League Baseball does not want it in St. Pete. But this deal in Hillsborough County is a pay-as-you-go. Okay, it's CITS tax money, CITS, CIT tax, which is community investment tax. And it's only reserved for major infrastructure that brings in tourism, like stadiums. I shouldn't say tourism, but like stadiums, schools, and other things, I believe. So stadiums is one of the things you can spend money on, and that's what they're going to use that money for. So, and it's a lot of money there. And there's bed tax money there as well, which has doubled in the past year. Yes, Pinellas has more, but Hillsborough has a lot of bed tax money to give as well. Then this bed tax money comes out incrementally over 30 years to pay the bonds. That's a lot of years to amortize this over. So it's not huge chunks of money that have to go out. You finance it like anything else. So when it's all done, you're looking at maybe 15 million a year that's going out, and a lot of that money is going to come from bed tax, and also, which is tourists, and also the special taxing districts that he talked about, CDDs, CRCs, which you go in that little area, you pay for a beer and a burger, and at the bottom it says, stadium tax or whatever, just like in the Battery, and it's probably 0.05% or something like that. That's a user fee. That's not property tax money. That's a user fee. And that's the way they're going to do this, and you can get it done. There's a lot of money available for that. So, yes, they can get it done. And if Vieira and Wostel are there to be listen, if you make the deal palatable to the public, like Ken is going to do, how can they be against it? Unless you're just, want to be a pain in the ass and you show a incredible return on investment like we have on Raymond James Stadium that we built for $200 million and hosted 3 Super Bowls. I mean, my God, it's the greatest deal in history. So if you show a proper return on investment, which I think they can, especially when you're building and developing around the ballpark, development that what's sitting there right now is a couple of flour silos and a shipyard. Does that create tax revenue? Yes, a little. I think I read this morning in the Business Journal that the planned residential units is 4,700. 4,700 residential units in Ybor Harbor. What's the property tax on that? Holy shizbang. A lot. Like billions over a 30-year period. That's what they did in Atlanta. They tripled the tax base. They built 10 office buildings. There had not been an office building built in Cobb County in 15 years. The Braves moved in. They built 10 of them. What do you think the property tax on that is? Enormous. Enormous. So, yes, if you present a plan that says the tax base on residential areas in this development is going to be X dollars bringing into the county, and we're spending about a quarter of that going out to help build the stadium, who's against that? What politician would be about that? Oh, wait, we put up $250 million, we get back $1 billion over 30 years? Yeah, I'm not for that. What? What? You can't, unless you just want to be an a-hole and be the guy that is not, I'm not giving any money to billionaires. Well, you're not giving them money. They're giving you an opportunity to make money. So, yeah, could there be some political pushback on Ken Hagan? Sure. I don't see that developing. And again, this is what we talked about with Ken. If you go back and listen to the interview, when you have local ownership that people love and can rally around, public support is a lot easier. Getting public support to give $1.3 billion to Stu Sternberg was impossible. And the reason St. Pete wouldn't even take a straw vote, a non-binding straw vote for a stadium, because they knew what the vote would say. 80% against. Ken Welch said, no, we're not going to do that. I don't want to hear from the public on this. What does that tell you? And listen, I would say, would Hillsborough do a straw vote? They better. But we got to outline the plan and get it to the people so they understand what the return on investment is. And I trust Ken Hagan when he says, we're going to protect the taxpayer. This is going to be a win-win for everybody. I trust him. You may not. Fine. Yeah. I trust him. I know who he is. I know what he's about. He's been in city government for a long time. He's been a friend for a long time. I trust him. I know the people he hangs out with, like Fred Ridley. They're good people. They're trustworthy people. They are not Stu Sternberg. Not even close. So if there is pushback, and there will be, I'm sure, it will be met with reasonable and I think very persuasive arguments. And at that point, if you still want to be that guy, fine. You won't be the majority. I don't know Mr. Vieira, Mr. Wostel, and I've seen them on TV, and they seem like reasonable people. And the things that I've seen them say are, look, prove it to me. And that's absolutely what they should be saying. I want to see the deal. Not these freaking cheerleaders in St. Pete when they signed the deal with it and just, pom-poms everywhere without ever having seen anything in writing as to what the financial deal was. Now what do they look like? Let's go run that press conference back. And when I was saying, okay, wait up. Should we not wait to see what's in the details, what the deal looks like? council person before we're out there with the pom-poms? Let's give $1.3 billion to Stu Sternberg. Yes. What are you getting back? Nothing. Yeah, okay. I don't think that's a very wise political position, but that's just me. But I get it. You're excited. You think you're going to get the raise. They're going to stay. But I knew who they were dealing with. And I was like, I don't know. If I were you, I wouldn't be that excited. And there were some on the council. I can't remember exactly. It was one of the council women was like, okay, that was not out there with the pom-poms. That was like, let's see what the deal is first before we get all excited. There was some reasonableness there.
Right.
But for most was, woo. So yeah, well, I'm trying to think of what else we need. Another report in the Tampa Bay Business Journal today that the Rowdies are included in the sale. I can confirm that as well. The Rowdies are included in the sale. So we're connecting the dots here. Daryl Shaw, owner of the Sun, which we connected the dots weeks ago when he announced the soccer stadium. And I said, you don't build for, and he said, this is where the Tampa Bay Sun's going to be. I'm like, that's great. That's awesome. But the Tampa Bay Sun, God bless them, champions, woo, awesome stuff. Their first year, they're not filling a 15,000 seat stadium. There's somebody else going to be playing in that stadium, and that's the Tampa Bay Rowdies. So, and we projected at the time, well, maybe Daryl Shaw is part of this deal, and that's the spot that he says. And then he said very quickly thereafter, and Hagan said it on the show, yeah, if baseball comes calling, we'll look for another spot for the soccer stadium and put the baseball stadium in Ybor Harbor, which is where I think it's going to go. The leader in the clubhouse is Mr. Hagan said on our show. So yeah, and I think that's where it's going to be. Whew, on the water, man, just unbelievable. It's going to be awesome.
Amazing. That's a beautiful site, man. That is a beautiful.
Do you have the renderings?
I don't. I can get them though.
Yeah, just do the old Ybor Harbor search and throw up the renderings. Just awesome. Yeah, so trying to go. Sorry that we already did that one. The B says, no way Fred really approves Sulphur Springs dog track. Guarantee you he's never heard of it. Move on already. I don't think the dog track is in play, but sorry, you'd be wrong about that because Fred is a Tampanian. He's been here all his life, and he knows exactly what Sulphur Springs is and Temple Terrace and all those places.
Is that what y'all are called? Tampanians?
Tampons?
Come on. It's not Tampanians, is it?
I've heard Tampanians. I've heard tampons. Right. Yeah, I've heard that. I don't know what the official term is.
Tampasites.
Tampasites? The Tampa Petermans? Tampites?
Tampites.
Yeah, so that's the soccer stadium. There's also one of a baseball stadium too, but that's you see all the residential around there. That's the soccer stadium, which is really cool. Right. And you could build that on across where the old Ybor Ray Stadium was going to go. You could build that right across the Selman Expressway on the other side in Ybor, so you could have two stadiums down there. I don't know why you just wouldn't have the Sun and the Rowdies play in the baseball stadium. To me, that would be, it's not it wouldn't be as intimate, obviously, as this. But hey, if you got the money, sure, do it. I mean, I'll take two stadiums. I'd rather have. I mean, if it's I'd rather have a soccer specific stadium and a baseball stadium. But I'm really not trying to get greedy right now. Let's just get the baseball thing done. And I think that there would be a great place for the Rowdies to play and the Sun to play as well, because you'd have all the accoutrement. Yeah. So this is the original drawing of the Ybor Harbor baseball configuration, and all this stuff to the left is the residential hotel 4,700 residential, of which 10% would be affordable housing. Still don't understand. I don't know what that's all about, but yeah. So this is all these white buildings you see here would be the bars, restaurants, all the different stuff there. And then you got the harbor right there. You got the marina. So right here, this little inlet to the left there is currently kind of an open shipyard, but you could turn that into a, green space and all kinds of cool stuff there as well.
It's where JP's going to park his yacht.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we call it the Never Gonna Happen. This would be the name of that yacht. Rather rent than buy, but thank you.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's I mean, could you imagine? Just and then Bright Line Central Station is going to be about 3 blocks north of that. It's coming in from Orlando, and the trolley obviously will go right past that. So you have a trolley stop there, and they're going to extend the trolley up into Seminole Heights. So and hopefully down into South Tampa, down into South, extend the trolley down in down Plant Avenue or down Bayshore. Well, I don't think they could do Bayshore. They might be able to do Bayshore. That would be really cool to get the. That's where the trolley used to be, right down Bayshore. They could do they have Bayshore trolley all the way to Ballast Point, and people could just jump on. We're there. That would be outstanding. But it would be great to take a trolley all the way to the West Shore area. People be able to get on in the West Shore area and then stop at Midtown, pick up some folks, and then come all the way down to the ballpark in downtown. Man, that's a must do. That's an absolutely must do. We can figure that out. So yeah, I mean that's the beauty of having an urban ballpark as opposed to the fairgrounds, because you can't all that access that you would have by water taxi, which is super cool. And the water taxis pick up all along the river over by Davis Islands. Hell, you bring the ferry over from St. Pete right to the freaking ballpark. How about that?
That'd be amazing.
Yeah, it's fantastic. All very, very, very doable. All very, very doable. And amazing.
I mean, you have to take advantage of the location with the water in Ybor, right? Like, I feel like a stadium anywhere other than in Ybor, if it's doable, is just a wasted opportunity. Like, you have to utilize that space if you can.
Absolutely.
On the waterfront. You have to.
I mean, and kudos to Daryl Shaw, by the way, because he could have been developing this for quite some time. And the time and waiting has been a dangerous game for him with this economy and what's going on. A very dangerous game. But I think he's been committed to baseball for quite some time. And he wants to do it. And of course, it's going to increase his value. He knows that. I'm not saying this is a completely altruistic move. But it's something he could have gone and he's already done Gasworks and started that where the original stadium was going to be. But, truth is, we should have done this freaking 6-7 years ago and be living in that thing right now in Ybor City. But whatever. This actually, from where the stadium was going to be in Ybor compared to what this could be, Ybor Harbor, this is better, in my opinion. What's iconic? Yeah. I mean, stadiums on the water are iconic alone, And imagine just that there's a flight path to TIA that goes right over downtown. So you could be flying in, you look to your left, there's Amalie Arena, look to your right, or either one. And you see this iconic, beautiful baseball stadium on the water with the marina around it and all this, this entertainment district around it. I mean, come on.
Devil rays swimming in the water all around it.
Oh, yeah. And imagine for big events, Super Bowls, World Series, World Baseball Classic, all those things. I mean, who has a better the river? So now we have the beaches in St. Pete. We have real beaches, the best beaches in the world in St. Pete, an awesome downtown in St. Petersburg with all the bars and restaurants and eclectic stuff there. So we have that to offer for major events. We have, what's going to be a renovated Raymond James Stadium, a renovated Amalie Arena, and now a baseball stadium that's going to be one of the most iconic in baseball, if not the most, on the water in a beautiful growing city, with access, much better access to points east with Orlando, the 15th largest market, and Lakeland in that Polk County, one of the fastest growing areas, all that. And this is why baseball wanted to do it this way. This is why they wanted to do it this way, because it opens it up to so many more fans. These are the things they need. Baseball needs to grow. They don't need to be tucking a stadium and spending, $2.4 billion of public money and cost into a failed location stadium in St. Petersburg. That doesn't move them forward. There's still a very good chance that the Rays would be a welfare team because they couldn't get the premium seating and the attendance. So let it all begin. All right, quick break. When we come back, I'm going to get to Douglas Batista and Nathan Elliott and all you guys. Any comments, questions, put them in the on YouTube. You can do it. You can do it on X at JP Peterson Show. You can do it on Facebook as well. So we're rolling there. Tim's at Twitter, if you're not following that, IndyCar Tim. We do it. All this show goes it's blasted everywhere. So you can and put your comments in right there. We're brought to you by the Jeeves Law Group, JEEVESLawgroup.com. They are local, they are trusted, and they get results. Get your free case evaluation from the great lawyers and attorneys at JeevesLawGroup.com. Offices in Tampa and St. Pete, and they actually work there. Local folks that know the local landscape, not attorney spokesman. And the first hour presented by Onsite Construction and Restoration. Onsite Construction, that's ONSITE. For those of you in, I won't say it, construction in Orlando. OnsiteConstructionFL.com. Great folks over there. We will be back in 3 with your comments. Although it may seem tempting to go without healthcare insurance, the financial risk far outweighs the gain you may experience. For example, did you know if you simply broke your leg, it could cost you nearly $7,500? Put on top of that a hospital stay, you could be looking at $10,000 to $15,000. Ensuring that you don't go uncovered is so important, as according to CNBC, high medical bills are the highest contributing factor to why Americans end up taking money out of their retirement savings, or worse, find themselves filing bankruptcy. So go to don'tgouncovered.com or call 800-669-1505. Now, depending on your income, you can get plans for zero premium. Our experts will guide you through the process effortlessly. They will shop many plans and find the one that's right for you. I called and I have full health coverage through Florida Blue for zero monthly premium. It's a free call. So why go uncovered? It's a huge risk. Go to don'tgouncovered.com or call 800-669-1505. That's 800-669-1505. Spring means a time of renewal and Rays baseball, and the folks at Italiano Insurance want to welcome the Rays to Tampa and remind you it's time to renew those insurance policies with the now famous Italiano Insurance Checkup. Let the experienced and friendly agents shop your policy for the best price and coverage. Famous for saving me over $1,000 on our auto insurance last year and over $500 on our homeowners. Now that's a grand slam. Might as well get a double play by adding flood insurance and business insurance to your portfolio. Costs less than you think, and trust me, you do not want to risk your home or personal wealth. That's a big whiff. So step up to the plate and call 813-877-7799 and chat with the all-star agents at Italiano Insurance. 813-877-7799 or go to ItalianoInsurance.com. Go Rays! JP here for Riveters, our new official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. And just like our show, no BS, no corporate chain feel, just amazing, authentic folks serving great comfort food in a casual atmosphere at unheard of prices. Riveters is located just south of Raymond James and Steinbrenner Field on Dale Mabry, walking distance to the park, so free parking, great place for pregame and postgame. Let's talk about fresh food. Nothing is frozen. Burgers, wings, prime rib, roasted fresh daily, never frozen. That makes a huge difference. The mahi, the salmon, also super fresh. All our sauces are original recipes made in-house. Our Warhawk chili and fully loaded potato soup is made fresh in-house. It's the best food anywhere, served by people who actually care. Riveters on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of where the Bucs and Rays play. We'll see you there. Are you looking to renovate your home, rebuild after the hurricanes, or build your dream home from scratch? Well, let me tell you about my friend Jason Fawcett and Onsite Construction. They have over 1,450 satisfied clients, 25 years of experience, over 500 designs, and a talented team of over 40 construction professionals. They believe building something exceptional begins by truly focusing on all the details, even the smallest ones. We understand that construction can be a daunting process, and we're here to make it as smooth and stress-free as possible. Quality is non-negotiable at Onsite Construction. We use the finest materials, employ the most skilled tradespeople, and adhere to the highest industry standards to deliver a product we're proud of and that you're going to love. Our project management is meticulous with a focus on completing projects on time and on budget. Your happiness is our primary driver. So give us a call at 813-579-5789 or check out our incredible website at onsiteconstructionfl.com. Are you having legal issues with a business partner or other legal business issues? The attorneys at Walters, Levine, and DeGrave can help. Call 800-616-0384 for a free consultation. At Walters, Levine, and DeGrave, we've redefined what a law firm can be with top-tier attorneys, personal service, and 26 years of success. From business law to civil litigation, we deliver smart, client-focused solutions. Walters, Levine, and DeGrave recently won a $6.4 million jury verdict from a large real estate developer, and they can win for you too. Walters, Levine, and DeGrave. Let's solve it together. Not attorney spokesman. For a free consultation, call 800-616-0384 or go to walterslevine.com. Offices Tampa, Sarasota.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show, brought to you by the great folks at Riveters. I was there last night with the great Orestes Estrada, eating wings, having a fabulous burger. Oh, the beer is absolutely fantastic as well. Head on over there before and after Rays games, Bucs games, or just any. We got UFC coming up Saturday night. It's always free. No cover charge to watch UFC and all the fights at Riveters. So head on over there. Tell them JP sent you. All right, let's go across the pond.
Good day, mate.
Get an update on the British Open. Sorry, the Open Championship from our great friend.
You had it right the first time.
The Open Championship. What's up, Paul? How are you, buddy?
Very good morning to you and to everyone listening across the Tampa and around the Florida area. Yep, been watching the Open Championship from Port Rush since first thing this morning. We've had some interesting weather over there, and it's a very interesting leaderboard. And the crowds following Rory McIlroy. They are. The last time I saw crowds that big was when Tim said he was going to buy a round of drinks. Biggest crowd I've ever seen.
It did.
Oh, and they're all girls in their 20s.
Hopefully.
Following the Backstreet
yeah,
Boys
they were.
around.
I mean, I went to see the F1 movie, but I didn't go with different women like Tim did, so I'm missing out a little bit there.
Yeah, we never got a report on that. How'd you like the F1 movie? Give us your review.
I thought it was very good. It was very entertaining, completely unrealistic plot-wise. I mean, but who cares? It's Hollywood. But then again, I'm the one person in the world who doesn't like Top Gun Maverick. So don't come to me for film reviews.
Oh, I'm out. I can't do this. I'm out.
I know. You don't come to me for open predictions, JP, which is why we've got something there in a moment, because you know how bad my are. But I was looking back yesterday. It's 18 years since you and I first covered the Open Championship on air together. 2007 really? Carnoustie. I remember dialing in and talking to you.
Yes. And I had I played Carnoustie at that point? When was my first Scotland trip? And I think it was the next year I played Carnoustie, which I've been able to play Royal. Yeah, I played Royal Port Rush. About 6 years ago, I believe it was, and just one of my favorite courses in the world. And just watching it on TV, it's bringing back all these great memories. Well, some great memories, some horrific memories as well, because there's some of that spinach that you hit it in. It's just you can't get out of it. But today we saw Matthew Fitzpatrick with a hole out. I mean, explain that shot.
Yeah, it was on the par 3 6. Calamity, about 20 feet below the level of the pin, pitched it up. He was just hoping to get up and down, and he slam dunked it in for a 2. Scheffler's just nearly made a hole-in-one on that hole, made birdie. He's just nearly holed his approach into 17. So Scheffler's up to 3 under right now. Fitzpatrick is in the clubhouse at 4 under, alongside Jakob Olesen and Hang-Sung Lee. Lee Westwood turned back the years for 2 under. But Scheffler's been hitting it all over the planet. He's been going further left than Biden's government. The one difference is he's been getting out of trouble and succeeding afterwards.
That was the joke of the day. That was outstanding. Yeah, he got it up and down.
But like you said, you wanted some predictions from British fans on the Open. So what I've got for you is I went down to Honiton Golf Club last night. So I've got a few predictions. And what I did is I said to them all, this is going to be on the JP Peterson Show. So here's what they came up with.
Okay.
Who's JP Peterson?
problem because he can't come back and expect to move on. Ludwig Aberg, because he's playing well and it's time for him to win one of the big events.
Well, I think this week it's going to be Rory McIlroy. I think he had a good week at the Scottish Open last week.
Rory McIlroy. Shane Lowry, because he loves Sport Rush.
For an outside bet, I would look at Harry Hall, the man from West Cornwall, who qualified at Burnham and Barrow. He's nice long rod, good each way. I think he's got a heck of a chance.
So there we go. A lot of people voted
Very
for
nice.
McIlroy. McIlroy
Nice.
just sold in a birdie at the second. By the way, the one person who said he didn't recognise you, that's my regular playing partner. Just ask him how come he missed a 2-foot putt in our tournament last week and cost us first prize. So you've got bragging rights on him, JP.
I've missed my share of 2-footers. That's for damn sure.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that was great. Thank you for doing that. I was hoping for something a little bit more caustic at me, calling me a wanker or Todger or something like that. But those guys are obviously way too classy for that. I was hoping I thought you'd find a bunch.
I sent you the video and you saw the sort of people I was talking to. But yeah, we're much more polite. We're much more respectful. Unlike the
That's
crowd,
not what I'm looking for. That's not what I'm looking for.
We're respectful over here. And
I
you're
know.
a sporting
It's awful.
icon, JP. You've got a Hodgson golf shirt. You're a sporting icon.
Right. Should have worn that today, by the way.
Yeah.
All right. So as we look forward to the weekend, but Phil Mickelson hit a shot today that Tim was trying to describe to us. What was that? Did you see that one?
The hole out of the
It was
bunker.
a lot earlier this morning. Nicholson finished a long time ago. He was out quite early because he had to go and stroke his ego for the next 8 hours like he normally does. It was just a ball. He was splashing out of a bunker and he just got a lucky bounce off a bank and went in. But Mickelson, he shot 1 under today. He won't be there in contention. But we've had all kinds of weather. It was quite still early on. Then the wind got up. Then we had an hour of rain. In other words, it's a traditional Irish summer's morning, which is why we all come to Florida for our vacation, JP. Right. But it's going to be more of the same over the next few days. It's going to be very changeable, very up and down conditions. You've got to hang in there through the bad weather and then take advantage when you can. It's right now, I'd say 400 is a great score. The players going out now are probably going to find it a shot or two harder. We do not have 2 tee starts in the Open. Everyone goes off the first. If you have an early start time today, you have a late one tomorrow. So it balances out. But right now, I say it's a pretty interesting leaderboard. Scheffler's the name. He came through big because he played a level par round, but he's 3 under par because he's got up and down and made a mockery out of where he was. But yeah, here we are, 1 day into the Open. It's fantastic golf. And my tip, okay, I said I wasn't going to do it, but here's who I think. Harris English, big outsider. We've had a lot of Americans come from nowhere in the Open. I mean, you can think back to Todd Hampton at Troon in 2004. No one expected Brian Harman a couple of years ago. So I've put the kiss of death on Harris English. And yeah, you know my track record on predictions, JP.
Georgia Bulldog who can go low. So I think that's
love me some Harris English. Love Harris.
Yeah. So okay, we'll see. So after one round, now having the benefit, you still going with Harris English, or is there somebody else that you saw today in good form that you think maybe might be a good shot?
No, he's only just teed off. Had a chance to completely screw his round up yet, but I'm a man of my word, JP. I can't change my prediction, and I know I'm going to get slaughtered from you when he misses the cut, the same way as I'm going to get slaughtered by you when America win the Ryder Cup in September.
Oh, you're already counting on that? Really?
Oh yeah, I told you that. I've already bought you another golf shirt in anticipation of it.
I wouldn't give up so easily. You know how the U.S. can choke in Ryder Cup, so I don't know. I wouldn't do that so easily.
I will actually be over in Tampa the Ryder Cup because I'm going to come over for the creamsicle game against the Jets because of so many former Buccaneer players are going to be back for that game, and of course they all come to me and to buckpals.com for highlights of their careers. That's the game I'll be over for. So I can foresee you and I sitting there in the press box at Raymond James Stadium that day watching the Ryder Cup on our laptops as well.
Yes, we will. But then we'll go over.
Zach Johnson's not involved this year, so the Americans have a much better chance of winning.
Worst captain in history. Worst captain
ever.
Whoever. Like, how did he even get the gig?
I have no clue. Johnny will have.
I know you won the Masters. Good for you, but
yeah, whoopee.
Come on.
JP would have been a better captain.
Who we should have as captain.
Oh my God. He'd be like, okay, guys, no new gear. Just use the stuff from last time. just bring your old shirts. Won't be having any new gear at all.
We're going to go and play at the Muni down the road.
Yeah. Get ready. What are the greens fees at Bethpage Black? I don't know. I don't know if I can handle them.
Actually, it's interesting when we talk about green speeds because they can't have the greens very quick at Port Rush and on links courses because of the wind blowing. You would simply have to stop play. Shane Lowry's just finished his first round. He's going to be under par for the round. He's had some huge crowds following him today. Obviously, he and McIlroy are the two big local heroes. Darren Clark, who won the Open many years ago as a real outsider, another Northern Irishman, he got a huge ovation when he teed off earlier today. But I think the crowds are very respectful. But we're still another 45 minutes away from the last group tee. But
really?
The speed of play has been really poor today. The first group took 4 hours 50 to go round. So there could be quite a few groups that don't finish tonight, even though they're anticipating playing until around about 10 o'clock this evening because of the light stays there. But yeah, play's been very, very slow. But they let Padraig Harrington, again, another Irishman, hit the first tee shot, which is a great honour to have. And it's been slow going ever since then, unfortunately.
Scotty Scheffler just missed a 15-foot birdie putt on 18. It would have tied him for the lead. Instead, he's going to walk out at 3 under, tied for fourth.
Watch out for
I just saw that. He was wearing his Penske cap, Tim, which is why he missed it.
Yeah, exactly. Cheater.
All right, you mentioned the Bucs and the creamsicle that they're going to wear for the. I know you saw the video.
I did.
Is that with Spurrier narrating it? How good was that? We're going to play it here in our second.
It was good. So what's interesting about that uniform, a lot of people don't know, is the Bucs only wore that combination of colours in their first season in 1976. They never wore jerseys in the first season. They wore them for a couple of the pre-season games, but every regular season game in 76, they wore white uniforms like that with orange numbers. But the TV crews complained they couldn't see the numbers clearly. Mm-hmm. So for the following year in 77, they changed to red outlines on the numbers to make them clearer. So that uniform has only ever been worn for 14 games. And of course, because it was the winless season, the Bucs are looking for their first win. And it could well come against the Jets in week 3. Now, they did play the Jets in that first season. Joe Namath, of course, played quarterback for the Jets. Naturally, the Bucs didn't score a point.
Joe Namath. Golly, yeah, we got to go back and relive that 76 season or not. We will get. I've
got some incredible stories from that team, and it's interesting because because the one thing is the Bucs played in the AFC West that year because what was going to happen is Tampa and Seattle came in together. So the Bucs played the AFC West, and the Seattle played in the NFC Central. The Bucs played all the AFC. Seattle played NFC. Then they swapped to their regular divisions, and the Bucs played all the NFC teams in 77, which is why they did it. Why the Bucs were in the AFC West in 76. And of course, the two expansion teams played each other, the legendary game with the most penalties in NFL history, and somehow Seattle came winners in that 13-10, one of the worst games ever played. But there is I can't get any full coverage from that season because all the games were covered by NBC because it was an AFC coverage, and NBC wiped their master tapes. So they've been like the holy grails to me. I've only got highlights of those games. I've worked with NFL Films to get coverage on Buck Power, but there are no full games available, which is probably just as well. But I was able to get Parnell Dickinson, one of our friends. I got him some clips of his only NFL starts. And any clips from that season are on my site, but there's nothing else available.
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's incredible. The NBC wiped their masters? Why the F would they do that?
Yeah.
NBC.
Yeah, and this is why I've only got a handful of games I'm missing in Bucs history, and they're usually games where the AFC came into Tampa, so NBC covered the games rather than CBS, and they're the games I can't get. Because there was one that Steve DeBerg was trying to get for him from 81, and I haven't got that. I don't have the 3-0 game to clinch the 79 season against Kansas City because, again, it was an NBC coverage. But there are so many players from that expansion team I am friends with. Just one other fact is there's a guy on that team who played defensive tackle called Pat Toomey, who played around the NFL for many years. He also wrote Any Given Sunday. So there we go. Someone from the Buccaneers expansion season wrote the book, and he's got a cameo in the film, and he's been a huge supporter of Buck Power ever since it started. So I'm hoping to meet up with Pat for the first time in person at that Jets game in 2 months.
Yeah, that is going to be that whole alumni thing is going to be fantastic, and we'll play the video. And it's great how they married the old with the new, throughout the whole 50 years, all the different players, and it's just so expertly done. Fantastic, really, really well done. And who now on your Buck Power list of greatest of all time? What are we up to now? Which position group did we do this week?
We did the tight ends at the weekend. So the 3 tight ends, Jimmy Giles obviously is the starter. Yeah. No question, doubt that about that. Well, I had Dave Moore as one of the backups. It's not just about the numbers; it's about their place in Buccaneer history. Yeah. And also, Dave knows where I live, so that's why he has been also. Rob Gronkowski was the other Bucs tight end. He beat out Cameron Brate for the 3rd spot. But again, you're only looking at what they did in their Buccaneer careers, not what they did in their NFL season. So right now, we've got the tackles up there. That's where Paul Gruber and Tristan Wirfs are the obvious starters. Yes. And then the 2 backups are Donald Penn and Dave Revis. Revis was one of the great players from the first early 8 years of the franchise. McKay always said he was the most important player on that offense. Dave Revis is one of the backups. I'll have the guards on there tomorrow, which is a harder position. And then I've got centers, running backs, and quarterbacks to go.
All right. We're buckpower.com is the website. Check it out. And I know you've got a golf event to get to, so good luck. Swing well. Have a few toddies before you get out there. It helps the rhythm. Absolutely.
No, I'm going to say we were second last week. I've changed my playing partners this week to go with 2 people more.
You missed a 2-foot putt. You booted him.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's hard. Brutal.
They booted me. They booted me. I'm harsh. I am the Stu Sternberg of golf teams, Tim. So,
my God. No, I've played with you. It's very fun.
JP, a very happy birthday tomorrow, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. All right, go enjoy your golf. Enjoy your golf. All right, the great Paul Stewart there, buckpower.com. Well, he was on fire today. He's on fire. The Biden shot was fantastic. That was awesome. That was a well-timed, well delivered. Very good. Very good. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back and get to all of your great comments. Daniel Rivera. B even has some fun stuff to talk about. Nathan Elliott, all you guys, Michael LaRue. We'll get to all of you. If you guys want to comment, go to our YouTube page, our Facebook page. Just Google the JP Peterson Show. You'll find a way to do it. We're brought to you by the great folks at the Gold and Diamond Source. They are paying top dollar for your gold. Gold's never been higher, you pirates. So whatever you've plundered in your life with your ill-gotten booty, go take it down to the Gold and Diamond Source, and they'll give you great money for it. They'll give you American dollars is what they'll give you, and that's good for buying more gold at the Gold and Diamond Source. Or diamonds. Get it all. Great folks over there. So please tell them JP sent you. JP the Pirate sent you. And they have a great men's division as well. Men's selection's awesome there. If you want to watch, you want a nice chain, a bracelet, whatever, they got great stuff for you dudes as well. So head on over to the Golden Diamond Source, 3800 Overton Road, about 15-20 minutes from downtown Tampa. Back in 3. Hey, JP here for my concierge medical professional, Chris Lugo, PA. You've heard him on the show for a couple of years where he shares invaluable medical, nutritional, and supplement advice. With Chris, it's like having a medical provider as your best friend. What I love about this concierge service is the convenience and support he offers. I can text or call him 24/7 with any questions or concerns, and he'll promptly call in a prescription if needed. No office visits or copays required. It gives me peace of mind knowing I have someone genuinely invested in my health, not just focused on insurance profits. And the best part, the Bay Area Modern Medical Center's personal concierge service is more affordable than you might think. Don't let insurance companies dictate your health care. Take control of your health and wellness today. Visit BAMMC.com for more information and to schedule your initial free consultation. Empower yourself and take charge of your personal health with BAMMC.com. Hey, JP here for the Gold and Diamond Source. And you know I'm always trying to find ways to save you money or make you money. Well, here's a great idea from Julie and Steve Weintraub at the Gold and Diamond Source. Gold is at an all-time high, so if you bring in your old jewelry, Steve and Julie will buy it off you and offer you the highest trade-in values of the year. It's the perfect time to upgrade what you're not wearing into something you'll never want to take off. So take advantage of that right now. The custom engagement rings to birthstones, tennis bracelets, diamond studs, whatever's on your wish list, the Gold and Diamond Source can make it happen. And did you know they also have the largest selection of any men's jewelry in the area? A great new section there. Check that out. They have free services like free settings, free cleanings, free appraisals, all that stuff right there at the Gold and Diamond Source. Family owned and trusted for over 40 years. Great folks over there. We love promoting these great local companies. None better than the Gold and Diamond Source. 3800 Ulmerton Road, always online at thegoldendiamondsource.com. JP here for the Jeeves Law Group and my man Scott Jeeves. If you're going to hire an attorney, do you want some guy looking for a quick settlement and a quick buck, or do you want an attorney with some chops? Scott is a board-certified civil trial lawyer and a certified circuit court mediator. Been practicing in the Tampa Bay area for over 30 years. He is a peer-reviewed AV preeminent rated civil trial lawyer. They just don't hand out those classifications. He's been the lead class action counsel on many complex consumer protection cases and has handled hundreds of serious personal injury cases. He's dedicated his career to protecting injured victims and is committed to vigorously representing you. We're local, we're trusted, and we get results. Personal injury and personal attention. Call for a free case evaluation. That's 888-9-JEEVES. That's 888-9-JEEVES. The Jeeves Law Group. Summer is coming. Do not get caught with your unit unprepared. Your AC unit, of course. The awesome folks at Third Generation Plumbing and AC have a special going on right now. You get a free 1-year maintenance package with any purchase of a new unit. They have special 60-month financing as well, so you don't need a huge chunk up front. Third Generation has an impeccable reputation built over 30 years of doing business. They do plumbing, AC, mechanical work, anything you need around the house. They are trusted folks. Go to the website and read the 5-star reviews. Deidre said, great company that always arrives timely. We have used them for our AC both at home and business and have been very happy. The staff is knowledgeable and professional. I would recommend Third Generation again and again. So give Third Generation a call at 813-961-8024 or go to thirdgenerationplumbing.com.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Let's go. Right now. Back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show. Italiano Insurance is your one-stop for auto insurance. You can get your homeowner insurance and your flood insurance and your business insurance. All your insurance needs at ItalianoInsurance.com. They do all the work. You save all the money. Plus, they're going to put you with companies that are good companies and will pay your homeowner's claim when there's a hurricane. A lot of you having issues with them. So they're not going to put you with some of these companies that typically don't pay. There are companies that really do pay. All these things, they know, we don't. ItalianoInsurance.com. They'll take care of you and make sure you have enough insurance as well. All of your questions answered by actual human being, a human being that speaks really good English will answer the phone. That's important to me. I don't know if it's important to you, but I hate getting on the phone with somebody. I have no idea what they're saying. Like, I'm sorry. Can I speak to someone who actually speaks English? That would be great. If you think that's racist, I'm sorry. It's called customer service.
It's a fact.
Customer service. If your company has a call center in the Philippines and I cannot understand what they're saying, I'm not going to deal with your company. But Italiano Insurance, great folks over there. Folks have been working there. Charity, been working there for decades. They've been in business over 60 years. When they have great customer service. That's why they half of Tampa has their insurance with Italiano Insurance. I love those people over there. And don't go uncovered.com, by the way. If you're looking for health insurance or you're paying too much for health insurance, call them. Don't go uncovered.com. Go to the website. They'll walk you through the whole thing. Just check it out. All you have to do is give them some of your financial information, not your social security number, but just financial information, what you make, what your income is. And they'll be able to maybe find you a subsidy for health insurance and find you some really good coverage. I've used them. I think we started 6 or 7 years ago with them, and I've been using the same agent every year. I call up and we go over some different plans if I like the plan, because they change from year to year. They go over all that stuff for you. So again, let these companies that know what they're doing, these third-party companies, and they will filter out all the bad stuff and make it easy for you. Don't go uncovered.com. Great company. And I have great health insurance for small amount of money. So go check it out. Don't go uncovered.com. All right.
JP, speaking to that, not necessarily the insurance part of it, but the foreign language part of that. There is a Burger King that I occasionally patronize here on the way to the studio, in between my house and the studio. And there's always this sweet old lady working the drive-thru, right? I always recognized her voice. She always recognized me when I pulled up. It was just a sweet interaction every time.
Isn't that nice?
One day, about 2 weeks ago, I roll up and there's a new person on the drive-thru. And I can't understand, bless her heart, I can't understand a word she was saying. She was of Hispanic origin. Strong accent, right? And I honestly could, and I'm like, I can't understand what you're saying. I'm just going to come inside. Rolled around.
Yeah.
There was a line of 3 people in front of me. 3. Right. So I was number 4 in line. Same exact thing. We all tried to go through the drive-thru and couldn't understand this poor woman. So I said something to the manager, because the manager brought my food. I was last. They'd already left, and she brought my food. And I said, this should tell you something, that you need to choose your drive-through people more wisely, because this is an inconvenience for all of us.
Yes.
And she said, I know, it wasn't my decision. I said, well, you're the manager on duty. You can change it. I said, I'm just word of advice. And I'm sure she's a sweet person.
Absolutely.
You're helping your business right now.
Right. I mean, it's become racist to say, I want to talk to somebody who speaks English in a customer service role. Really?
It shouldn't be. That's so stupid.
Yeah, I think everything, of course, those jobs are going to go away. And it's just, I mean, it's so much easier to do it on the app, right? Do it on the app before you get there. Yep. I know this is something that Ashley does all the time. She's like, so she never goes and orders at the drive-thru. She has the app for everything, and she goes just mobile order for Ashley. Yeah. Pick it up. It's already paid for. Boom, you're done.
Well, and you build points and get free food too if you do that.
Yeah, that too. That too. Absolutely, yeah. Unless you're going to Chick-fil-A. I highly advise you to use the app. Chick-fil-A, I pulled up the other day, and they're so easy. They're so easy, and they got it down to a T, and it's like a no-brainer. But
you know what? Chick-fil-A, you can do the same thing. You can order on the app.
Yes.
They get your order, you pay. When you drive up through the drive-thru, the guy's outside with the tablet, and you just say, hey, I ordered on the app. Here's my code. He punches in your code. He says, okay, it'll be ready at the window. Yeah. And get to utilize the drive-through, but you can still gain your points and have the convenience of the app. It's amazing. I love Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, absolutely. The apps are the way to go. No question about it. All right, let's go to some of the questions here and comments. Nathan Elliott, good morning to you, said the new Baker Mayfield Rondé Barber video is awesome. I watched all 17 minutes and 18 seconds of it last night, and it was phenomenal. Cool. It's just phenomenal. And it's just Baker sitting in a dark room with Rondé, which I used to do many times, watching film, and I brought me back to those days. And And I would learn so much about football from him, and him and Baker just going back and forth, and they're breaking down the play where Baker stiff arm Bosa. It made the incredible play.
Yeah.
And then they just get into philosophy, like the philosophy of playing the game and making plays. And it's just like two dudes sitting at a bar having two dudes, a Hall of Famer and a guy that hopefully will bring, number 1 overall pick that'll bring the Bucs another Super Bowl. I mean, I cannot recommend it enough. And it's just if you're a football junkie, even if you're not, it's so good. Go watch it. I'd play it here, but it's a lot.
It's really long.
Yeah. Buck Power, the definitive history of Bucs. Hello to you, Mr. Paul Stewart.
Yes.
You got that right. B says Tim is the only guy on the planet that thinks the PGA is more important than the British. I know.
Oh, absolutely it is. 100%. The British Open isn't even 4th on the list of majors. It's like below 10th, and there's only 4 majors. Yeah, that's ridiculous. B, you're ridiculous.
I'm not even going to argue about it anymore. You clearly are.
Nobody cares about the British Open.
You're racist against the Brits. Nathan is taking orders for white sickle throwbacks, $45 each. The new white sickle. Can we call them white sickles? Is that how it does?
I think that's racist too.
That's racist too. Absolutely. Hold on, I gotta plug in my computer there. There it is. Oh, so good. So good. Yeah. But they have the red trimmings there. So that's not the authentic just orange.
I think that's the one they're wearing though, right?
Yeah, but Paul said the original
didn't
one
have the red. Yeah.
Didn't have the red. So it's not an authentic 76. Well, here's the Spurrier picture up here in the top. I don't know if that has the red on it. See it? That looks like it has the red on it.
Yeah, it does to me too.
Oh, interesting. I'm not questioning Paul's veracity.
No.
Do that. B says Times is working on the Fred Ridley hit piece now. It's interesting. They did publish the Zalewski quote hit piece, and it was really watered down. I read it and I was like, wow, like something. That was, I think, nice play by the Times. I think that was you got the story done. You did it. Could have been a lot worse. It could have been a lot worse. And so I find that very interesting.
Even the
I don't know why I find it. It's just interesting to me.
Even the Buccaneers website calls that with the red trim and the orange numbers the original 76 jersey. So now, did he say? Because I thought he said they started with that to start the season, but it was before the end of the season they had put the red trim around the numbers. They didn't play the whole year with those.
I understood him to say they played the whole year with them, and then in 77 they went to the red trim because they complained about they couldn't see the numbers.
See, I thought wrong. No, what I understood was that he said that, but it was before the end of the year because over the first few games the broadcasters were complaining, so the Bucs put the red trim around them before the end of the season, and maybe that's what it was. But everybody's saying those are the original 76 jerseys, including the Bucs website.
He says Time's working on a Fred Ridley hit piece right now. Good luck with that. Good luck with that.
Yeah, good luck finding anything on Fred Ridley. Guarantee you he's squeaky clean.
Oh my God. You kidding me? Do a background check on Fred Ridley and be like, he good.
And you know what? If somebody finds something on Fred Ridley, that person could very possibly disappear before the end of the day. That's how powerful Fred Ridley is.
That would never happen. He's not a Clinton, for God's sakes. Golly. Daniel Rivera says that's a huge deal with Ridley in the group. Also, Ridley, if I'm not mistaken, replaced Billy Payne as the Augusta National Chief. Yes, he did.
That is correct.
He did. He is the chairman of Augusta National. And if you don't know what that means, I won't even say Google it because you can't get an answer. If you know, you know. If you know, you know.
It's kind of like being president of the United States, but more powerful.
Yes, because you're not intertwined with that Constitution thing.
Right.
But he doesn't pay attention to it anyway. You like Biden did? 2 weeks from today, we will have live NFL football. Is that right? Hall of Fame games 2 weeks from today? No. Is it really? 2 weeks from today? The Hall of Fame game? Oh.
July 31st, baby.
Wow. I did not
But does
know
that really count as football, though? I mean,
My lovely
it's
wife
fun to
says,
watch.
I can't think of one I don't love. Well, it's a reference. You got to refer, like, I read these like an hour later after they're made, so I have to understand what the reference is, my love.
Context,
So
actually.
I think I must have mentioned a Backstreet Boy. She's so gaga over the Backstreet Boys.
No, I would have known if we talked about that.
I need some tickets to the Sphere. Anybody want to take me and Ashley? Please?
I'd love to go. I'll take you. Me and you can go. We'll leave her at home.
So wait. So you like the Backstreet Boys?
I love the Backstreet Boys. Are you kidding me?
You are I can't figure you out. You are an enigma.
I mean, there are no new kids on the block, but they're pretty good.
Mike H says maybe B is Romano. No, he actually has a sense of humor.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that dude smile, like ever. I don't think I've ever seen him smile. I've seen him at a million sporting events, and I don't think I've ever seen him laugh or smile. Ever. Muslim Adam Sandler says, I have information that will lead to the arrest of John. What are you talking about?
Oh, my God.
What are you talking about? Good morning, JH. Good morning to you. A lot of new people in here today, which I love to see.
Love it.
James Rollerson, who's not new. The deal includes the Rowdies. I could see a new soccer stadium for both the Rowdies and the Sun and Ybor, along with the Rays Stadium. Investment in soccer teams by other sports owners is huge. It's true. It really is true. Hey, bring it on. The more, the better. I mean, I've always said we think building stadiums is like impossible in Tampa Bay because we've dealt with Stu Sternberg, right? Funny that we have Amalie Arena and Raymond James Stadium. They keep getting upgraded and they're some of the best venues in the world. But we can't build a baseball stadium.
Right.
What's the common denominator there? Oh, Stu!
Yeah, you guys just wait and see how easy it is to build a baseball stadium or any kind of stadium when the people that are involved want it to happen. Mm-hmm. Just wait and see. You're about to find out. I know you did it with Ray J way back in the day. You're about to find out how fast a baseball stadium can get built when it's done the right way.
Yes, I've said this all along. When Stu's gone, wait to see how fast the stadium deal gets done. Yep, absolutely. A win for all sports in Tampa. It'd be awesome. Jordan G's back in. Said a lot of people are talking about it comes with the Rowdies too, which is cool too. Last MLS bid attempt, if we remember correctly, they said MLS wants ownership with multiple owners in the group. We get MLS in this deal too, and I'm excited. Where should the Sun and the Rowdy Stadium go if they can't fit in Ybor Harbor? Right, there's a spot in Ybor you could do that too. There's a lot of spots you could put a soccer stadium. It's just so much smaller. West Shore would be a great spot.
What about a floating stadium? A floating stadium on the water.
People have floated the idea of a floating stadium. You could do it. I mean, if you could build a freaking 17 or 25 story cruise ship. Have you seen the size of some of these cruise ships? Like, how the F does that float?
I am so
I don't get it.
Never been on a cruise, and I never will. I'm out.
First of all, how does it not tip over?
Right.
I mean, it's just so far above the water. How does it not tip over?
It's a floating skyscraper.
Yeah. Like how? I don't
sense.
get in like rough seas.
Yeah.
I've been on a cruise ship in a hurricane. Not fun.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah. I can't believe they
look out for the icebergs, man. I don't trust icebergs. They are shady as crap. I don't care if you're in the Caribbean, however you want to say it. Those icebergs travel well.
I think with the weather that's happening now, I think it's just a matter of time before we see an iceberg right off of Jamaica.
I'm telling you, man.
I like something like it's just going to show up. Like, what the hell? Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Jordan G says MLS is deal too. I'm excited. Where should I just did that one. First of all, the USL and the MLS, are they friends? Because the USL located here, I'll gotta call Dan Lucas and ask him.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to, I don't know if threaten is the word. Are they working together? I don't think they are. So this is kind of an interesting deal. USL and because we automatically assume, if we get the baseball team, a baseball stadium to play in like Mercedes-Benz Dome in Atlanta, which is a football stadium, obviously. But you can, I think you can do a soccer field. Certainly, you can design this new stadium to be able to have a soccer field.
I believe it's called a pitch, JP.
A pitch.
How do I know that and you don't? That's
me.
weird.
Pardon me. The pitch. Cheerio. So the pitch can fit into a baseball stadium, a cricket field, if you will. What's a cricket? It can't be called a field. Cricket's got to be a pitch too, or some other shizbang name. So I don't understand why you can't just play. But here's the other thing: who's to say we're going to get an MLS team? There's one in Orlando.
Cricket is also a pitch.
Yeah. So why would we? Like, I don't think MLS wants a team in Tampa and Orlando. They're too close to each other, just like baseball. And the Orlando people are just like, oh, why can't Orlando have a baseball team and Tampa? No. They're 75 miles apart, 80 miles apart, whatever it is. I know they're different markets. I get that. But, it's I can't tell you how many times they've said, no, we don't want another one close to us. I mean, Atlanta has kept a lot of, Charlotte, North Carolina, Nashville, all at bay for a long time. They wanted to be the only team in the South. So, not obviously Tampa, south of Georgia. Let's just put it that way. So in the deep South. And so I don't think that's ever happening, but good luck to her. But they bought an office. I hear that. They had office space in Orlando. The Dreamers do. So something's coming. Oh,
Lord.
So they're paying that $1,000 a month rent, and this is the investment. Yeah, I got an office. I can't afford a baseball team. Trust me on that. So I don't know what the future of soccer is, Jordan, unfortunately. I don't think we're going to get an MLS team, but we could. I don't know how that works, but I would think that they would probably want to protect Orlando and not, look, MLS, NBA, Orlando, MLB, NHL, NFL, and Tampa. I think that's good. We're good. Bright line us back and forth. If I want to go to an NBA game, it's right there.
Yep.
It's not hard to go to Orlando. We'll go to an NBA game. I know I-4 sucks, but when we get the Bright Line, that'll be nice. Yeah, take me from downtown Tampa to downtown Orlando on an express train. I will go to 5 more NBA games a year. Easily. And MLS too. Frankly, I went to an Orlando game, and I loved it. It was great. It's a great stadium. It's not in the greatest area, TBH, but I had a great time. It's a good show. It's a fun stadium. It's all new. The points of sale and the concourses are really cool. It's things to do. Loved it. I'll definitely go back to an MLS. And the tickets were cheap as hell. On TickPick, they were like $10 a piece. So, yeah, good beer, excellent beer selection. Highly recommend going to an MLS game in Orlando. And I don't know, is Messi coming? Is Messi coming this year?
What's
interns? Do something. Find me if Messi's coming to Orlando, how much the tickets are.
Doesn't he play in Miami?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Go there and see him if you want.
What?
I mean,
go to Miami.
What's he ever
go to
done?
Miami? Have you been to Miami lately?
I haven't been to Miami in 30 years.
I'm not going to Miami.
To see Lionel Messi? Is that his name, Lionel?
Are they still playing at Lockhart Stadium, my old stomping grounds where I played high school football? Yeah, I think they are. Because they're built. Yeah, because Beckham's building. No, they're building Inter Miami, but it's not done yet. So maybe I don't know where they're playing. Are they playing at the baseball stadium? I don't know. I don't know where they're playing. But
they play at Chase Stadium. What is Chase Stadium?
That's the old in Fort Lauderdale, right? That's the old Lockhart Stadium. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's right. My athletic prowess is on the same field as Messi. We
21,000 seat stadium. Do they ever even get close to capacity of that thing?
Oh yeah, they fill it up for Messi.
For soccer?
Yes. Every game, I would think.
This Messi guy, he's a draw? Like that much of a draw?
Check on it. Okay, guys. When's Messi playing in Orlando? And give me what's the average attendance for Inter Miami and their horrific pink uniforms. God, those are so bad. What's that?
August 10th. They're yeah.
Orlando, is Miami at Orlando? And how much are the tickets? I need to know. Meanwhile, back on the show, Jordan says Hagan may be a single vote, but his opinion holds a ton of weight. He has a lot of sway on the board, and he's the longest tenured member. He knows Hillsborough, and he knows Tampa, and it's a good thing. again, listen, I don't know what people have against Ken Hagan. And I saw B said, oh, Google him. Yeah, there was some stories done on him, and there were some investigations, and they all came up zero. And the reason the investigation was done is because some corrupt reporter, shadow of the stadium, and you know who you are, had to be fired over that because they were threatening a lawsuit because his reporting was, how do I say this? Completely unprofessional, bordering on libel and slander. So yeah, that's what happened with that investigation. So Ken Hagan has been putting his ass on the line for a long time and working his ass off to get the raise, while most Hillsborough County commissioners and city council folks and mayors have done diddly squat heretofore. So if you're a baseball fan, you should be kissing Ken Hagan's ass because he's put a ton of work into this, and he's the first one, and because he heard it on my show, by the way, I'll say, and he'll tell you that. When I came on this show, and this is when I think it was Kreisman allowed the Rays to talk to Tampa and opened that space in the lease, a very courageous political move, by the way, that he should be lauded for, because it was a regional approach, not a provincial protect the Rays in St. Pete at all costs approach, because he knew what he was dealing with in Stu Sternberg, knew he could never get a stadium done, and wanted to develop that site that would be the best way for the people of Tampa Bay. And if people would have listened to Kreisman, and if Welsh wouldn't have just thrown out his plan to redo Tropicana Field, then we would be well down the path towards redeveloping the Trop. And if Stu would have gone through with the great deal that he had in Tampa, he would have paid a lot less for the stadium. So, yeah. And Ken's been the point guy for that the whole time. He doesn't have to do that, but he did. He also got the sports complex done in Tampa. At least done so many things for local sports, and also the film commission. He's the one behind doing subsidies for films to be shot in Tampa. He's done a lot. And, yeah, he has his detractors. Every politician does. But he's done a lot of really, really good things. So, yeah, I'm a big fan. Call me crazy. Ray Kennedy said Sternberg's interested is about how to make $1 more. Ain't that the truth? Always has been. One all-star game and a couple World Series appearance and concerts, the stadium pays for itself. Absolutely. And by the way, if we build a new stadium in Tampa, we will get what Tropicana Field never got, an all-star game. Major League Baseball said, no, don't build the stadium. Okay, we have to give it to you because Namoli sued us, whatever. But we're not going to give you an all-star game. So guess what? We get a baseball all-star game like Atlanta just had.
I think they should have an all-star game at Steinbrenner Field.
Yeah.
Along with the World Series.
How about we'll just start with a playoff game? Yeah. Jeff Stutler says, what would these politicians vote been for the original Ebor deal? Think they all were excited back then. Yeah, again, it has to make sense. We're not saying come up with this some St. Pete deal, boondoggle. No, I don't want. And if they do, and I know they won't, but even if they did, I would be the first one to say no. This is not what we vote. We don't need to vote for this. We don't need to be given $2.4 billion to billionaires. And here's the thing. They wouldn't ask for it. This group wouldn't ask for that. And they're not asking for that. Because they know they're smart enough that they can make money by building it themselves and holding on to a lot more of the revenue streams and doing a fair deal. That's a business, if they're not all like Stu Sternberg, where they're trying to try to suck every little penny that they possibly can out of the public, because that's the way he thinks. The more I get, the better. Screw everybody else. That's not the way this new group thinks. Thank God. And that's not the way most owners think. Look at Jeff Vinnick. Look at the Glazers.
Yeah.
They figured it out. It can't be all about you and how much money you make. Jordan G says, this is the equivalent of Mr. Vinnick 2.0 coming in. Yes. 100%. Yes. Thomas Rivera says, thanks for roasting Shadows of Stadium Pransky here. Yeah. I don't see, the guy that told me it would always be in St. Pete. I don't know what the F I'm talking about. St. Pete's got more money, which I never disputed. And they were all more than happy to give it away to Stu Sternberg. but the long term never made sense. Never made sense. So bite it. Stellar says, I think Hank and don't know him like you do, JP, but I've never seen Ken BS about anything involving the taxpayers. No, I trust him. And he's always said that, even though his words have been twisted by WFLA, the Times, and others. He's never said that it's going to be on the backs of the taxpayers. Never. He said the exact opposite. Ray Kennedy said, that's the same reason why the only asshole against the gas plant was no home run guy. And Hillsborough has a crap load of guys like that. Keep fingers crossed. Yeah, not sure I understand the context of that, Ray, to be honest with you. Lee Bomar, Jacksonville's finest. I love you watching from Jacksonville, bro. That's awesome. He says, I hear Donna Deegan, mayor of Jacksonville, has put tax money aside for a new MLB baseball park. Quoted, I love baseball and stingrays are my favorite aquatic animal. Per insider. Lee, you're funny. I like Lee. Has been a nice addition to the show. He is funny.
We like Lee.
Yeah, he doesn't take it too seriously.
Except for the Jacksonville Devil Rays on his avatar.
I think that's funny too. I think that's really funny.
It's inaccurate though.
I know, but I like it. It's because so many people are like, oh, he's from Jacksonville. He's going to move the team to Jacksonville. It's like, no. Stu Sternberg was from New York. Did he move the race to New York? No. It doesn't work that way. He would have. If he could.
He would have. Tried to move to Montreal.
It doesn't work that way because other people have a say over this. It's not just, you can't just like, for so long, and it's like, I don't know why, but for so long, everybody, and then probably still 50% of the people in Tampa are clueless. Oh, he's going to sell the team and move it. You can't do that. You just can't unilaterally do that. No matter how many times you try to educate these people, it's like, oh, he's going to sell it, move it. No, the MLB has to approve it. It's not going to happen. Mike says, we all have to admit it, extremely hard for a city and MLB teams to come to a solid permanent agreement for a new stadium. Stu had it and reneged on it. That's why Manfred swooped down into Tampa. Absolutely. But I would disagree with you that it's that hard. How many stadiums have we built in the last, I'm going to say 20 years, 25 years? The Red Stadium, Minnesota, Houston, Washington, Atlanta, New Yankee Stadium, maybe on the cusp of 20 years. Yeah. Philadelphia. I mean, it's not that hard. It's not that hard when you have a willing owner who's willing to work with, because it's a great opportunity. Like you're getting a lot of times half of the money to build the stadium from the people. And that wasn't even good enough for him. Crazy. And the St. Pete deal, he was basically getting all of it because he's getting $700 billion of real estate for $50 million. Here's a new guy in here, Hugh Janus. Hugh Janus. I want to call him Hugh Janus just because it screws up his whole thing he's got going on there. But you know what? If we want to call him Hugh Janus, then sure, why not? We'll call him Hugh Janus.
I don't know, but he wants to buy you a beer, so I would do whatever he wants you to do. So
I don't want some guy named Hugh Janus to buy me. Is this like the Big Dumper? Is this?
I mean,
is that the Big
Dumper's
nickname?
Better than a tiny anus. I mean, if we're going to analyze anuses right now,
I don't think that's what we should be doing.
Okay.
But many would say that's what this whole show is about. JP, which Irish 31 do you go to? I want to buy you a beer. Hyde Park. When I'm not at Riveters. By the way, was at Riveters last night. Me and O were having our drinks and food and everything. Big group walks in, and this lady has this awesome shake and bake creamsicle shirt on with Baker's 6. I was like, I love that shirt. And she comes back, she swoops over, and with her whole family, it was about 8 of them, and it was her birthday. And she's like, JP. I'm like, hey. She goes, hey, we listen to the show all the time. So we came to Riveters and was like, maybe JP will be here. We walked through the door and there you are. I'm like, yeah, we love it here. And and then the dad, big fan of the show. The son, big fan of the show. I'm going to post their pictures later on today when I get around to it. But anyway, yeah, so really cool. But I also have been known to go to an Irish 31 because they used to be a sponsor as well. And Jay Mize, big former USF football player, played on the original team as the owner over there. So, yes, I have been known to hang out at the Hyde Park Irish 31 as well. So, sure, Hugh Janus. We can have a beer there, but I'd rather go to Riveters. Mike said, I thought we knew the Rowdies are included. Yeah, I told you it was very likely, but now we know for sure. JP, I'm sure we agree on this. Garrett Greco, TBD podcast, is the dumbest airhead in Tampa riding his grandfather's coattail. B, that's mean. You're mean. No, I went on his podcast, and he was great. He was honest. And he's really good. And that's that podcast that's doing really, really well. So, once again, you're wrong.
Mean.
And just because you share a name doesn't mean you're on the guy's coattails. He works really, really hard. He's a realtor, and he's busting his can. I appreciate the effort. Jacksonville Rowdies. You gonna steal our soccer team too? Lee, you're out of your mind. There's another new one. What is it? Kilo Sal?
Colossal.
Or just Colossal? I like Kilo Sal. I'm like the substitute teacher. Kilo Sal. Kilo Sal. Is there a Kilo Sal here?
Hey, Aaron.
Colossal. Hey, Aaron. Said, bring the Rowdies back home to Tampa. Yeah, well, they played in the Sombrero. So, again, I don't like the St. Pete versus Tampa thing. It's bring them back home. I think the Rowdies are awesome at Al Lang Field. I think it's a perfect place. All by the water. That stadium, I think it's fantastic. And I think it's culturally a great fit over there. I wouldn't, even if they get the Rowdies, if it still remains as a USL team, that's a perfect venue for them. I wouldn't move them. Now, I think the city wants to blow up Al Lang and put in a amphitheater. I think Welch is trying to save his bacon by doing that. But it's a great piece of history. I'd rather they do the Latvala thing. He wants to make Al Lang into a spring training home for somebody. And if baseball leaves St. Pete, which it is, then yeah, I think they should do spring training again at Al Lang. I think it would be great. Better than an amphitheater would be good too. But they have a theater, them Happy Theaters right there. Picture an all-star game in Ybor Harbor. Yes, Daniel Rivera. I can picture it. And all the river walk being part of it. What else we got here? Muslim Adam Sandler says, John Romano told me that the new Rays Stadium will have a golden structure of Stu Savior Sternberg out front. We will also have the Brian Auld party deck presented by Amazon. And Brian will be up there selling the Split City concept. God, it's so cringe. So cringe. I can't. Yeah, I've been when Stu said, "Hey, you got to get out there and go to all the Rotary clubs and sell this 2-city thing." Brian must have been, oh God, really? Do I have to? Okay, boss, whatever you say. Oh my Lord, poor guy. Good dude, except he did that. Jordan G said, we won't get one of the All-Star games. We'll get 3 over a 7 to 10 year period. I don't know about that, Jordan, but maybe they may love it so much that they want to keep coming back. All right, let's take another break. We'll come back on the other side. I'm going to show you that creamsicle video. If you haven't seen it, you're going to love this. It's absolutely fantastic. And we're brought to you by Third Generation Plumbing and AC. If you have any issues at all, you don't know who to call, thirdgenerationplumbing.com. Go to the website, call them, email them, tell them what you need. They're not going to try to oversell you an AC system you do not need. A lot of folks are doing that these days to make money. There's a lot of unscrupulous HVAC people out there, not thirdgenerationplumbing.com. They do the plumbing and the AC, and they get it right. Anything mechanical, electrical in your house, they can do it. Tell them JP sent you. John Rodriguez is the owner there. Super dude. If anything goes wrong, you contact him, and he will make it right, or contact me, and we'll make it right. Trust me. thirdgenerationplumbing.com. Back in 3. JP here for Riveters, the official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. We're located just south of Ray J and Steinbrenner Field, so it's a great pre- and post-game spot, and the happy hour is amazing. Monday through Friday, 3 to 7. Check out these specials. $3 Bud Light drafts, $4 domestic bottles, $5 wells, $6 premium wells, $6 cocktails like margaritas. That's unheard of. And the Riveters food is freshly made daily. No freezers. Happy hour food specials include $3.50 tacos and barbecue sliders. $6 you get edamame or chips with the beer cheese, which is amazing. $8 buffalo chicken dip, my favorite. The truffle fries, chili cheese fries, also $8 at happy hour. As well as other specials throughout the week, including Taco Tuesdays, you get $3 tacos, and Wing Wednesdays, 7 o'clock to 1 a.m. in the morning, you get our amazing wings, 5 for $5 and $5 wells and wines. That's a good Wednesday night. So if you're tired of the preppy, overpriced generic sports bars, come see the amazing, friendly bartenders and staff at Riveters, where customer service really matters. Riveters, just south of where the Rays and Bucs play. We'll see you there. Going through a medical emergency without health care insurance can cause you to go into crippling debt. In most scenarios, people are forced to either break into their retirement funds or worse, they're forced to file for bankruptcy. The sad truth is that health care insurance is crucial in today's day and age. Look, I get it. Many of you think you're never going to get sick and health insurance is really expensive. Well, we can help you out with that. Depending on your income, we can find great plans at huge discounts. God forbid you get cancer, a car accident. It could literally ruin you financially for life. So make the call and find out. Even though the open enrollment period is over, you may have some qualifying life events that can help you get covered right away. It can be very complicated, a very intimidating process, but we can help. Go to our website and check out all the 5-star reviews about our helpful agents. Go to don'tgouncovered.com or call 800-669-1505. That's 800-669-1505. Spring means a time of renewal and Rays baseball, and the folks at Italiano Insurance want to welcome the Rays to Tampa and remind you it's time to renew those insurance policies with the now famous Italiano Insurance Checkup. Let the experienced and friendly agents shop your policy for the best price and coverage. Famous for saving me over $1,000 on our auto insurance last year and over $500 on our homeowners. Now that's a grand slam. Might as well get a double play by adding flood insurance and business insurance to your portfolio. Costs less than you think, and trust me, you do not want to risk your home or personal wealth. That's a big whiff. So step up to the plate and call 813-877-7799 and chat with the all-star agents at Italiano Insurance. 813-877-7799 or go to ItalianoInsurance.com. Go Rays! JP here for my friend Jason Fawcett, owner of On-Site Construction. They do residential and commercial renovations and new construction. As a leading home builder and general contractor, On-Site Construction prides itself on transforming homes through superior craftsmanship, dedication to client vision, and an unmatched commitment to quality and service. It's about building relationships. We take the time to understand our clients' needs, preferences, and budgets so that we can deliver a personalized experience tailored to their unique vision. From the initial designs to the final touches, we're there every step of the way, ensuring that the end result mirrors your vision. Here are some testimonials from happy customers. G. Gibson says, no hidden costs, very honest, reliable, creative, and communicates well. Reasonable and fair with their pricing, no hidden costs. C. Smith said, did not disappoint. I'm very happy with the work. This company really cares and will take care of it. So if you're just thinking about building or renovating, give us a call and let's see what's possible. 813-579-5789 or check out our website at onsiteconstructionfl.com. Are you having legal issues with a business partner or other legal business issues? The attorneys at Walters, Levine & DeGrave can help. Call 800-616-0384 for a free consultation. At Walters, Levine & DeGrave, we've redefined what a law firm can be with top-tier attorneys, personal service, and 26 years of success. From business law to civil litigation, we deliver smart, client-focused solutions. Walters, Levine & DeGrave recently won a $6.4 million jury verdict from a large real estate developer, and they can win for you too. Walters, Levine & DeGrave. Let's solve it together. Not attorney spokesman. For a free consultation, call 800-616-0384 or go to walterslevine.com. Offices Tampa, Sarasota.
Let's go! Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show. Brought to you by the great folks at Cafe Paradiso. Go on over there and see my good friend Paulo. Get you some lasagna, some salsiccia, all that good stuff over there. Glass of wine. Number 3 on Open Table, folks. Get your reservation this weekend for Cafe Paradiso and tell them JP sent you. And also Bay Area Modern Medical Center, Chris Lugo and his concierge medicine practice taking care of me, all my friends, does a great job. Go to BAMMC.com and find out what it is all about. Concierge medicine is the way to go, folks. And it's less expensive than you think, and your health is worth it. You're not going to get full coverage from your doctor that you go to from your insurance company like I did the other day. Literally did not speak English. The doctor did not speak English. I think that's kind of important. Maybe when you're trying to communicate, like not the drive-through person. I mean, that's bad. But if the doctor you're speaking with cannot speak good English and you don't understand what they're saying, that's a problem. So had to get a new primary care. But my primary care is Chris Lugo at Bay Area Modern Medical Center. He directs all my health decisions. I use my insurance to get my testing done, send it to him. I get my referrals for specialists from him, and then I have to get them from my primary care. That's why I have to go see him. But that's how you do it with concierge medicine and your insurance working together. It's a great way to go about it because you get personal concierge medicine to direct your medicine. So that's how that work. All right, you want to let's do the Bucs video. I'm gonna watch it again.
Let's do it.
So this is the creamsicle video put out by the Bucs this week. They're going to wear those against the Jets, and they're different than the orange ones. So I think maybe we can actually win in these. But they got Steve Spurrier, the original Bucs quarterback, to narrate this. So here we go.
This football life is a wild one. And before you know it, 5 decades fly by, and you have to remind yourself just what it took to get here. 50 seasons of Tampa Bay Buccaneer football. Back then, we were finding our way, and I'd say we found it. A crew that's willing to work for a town that's on the rise.
Home of the Bucs in June of 1970.
Times changed since 1976, but I reckon that thing that brought us here, well, that never goes out of style.
Hey, I didn't expect you to be here this early.
Lucky.
We're late. It's what gets us up in the morning, makes us realize what we're training for.
Every day you walk in that field, you're keeping our legacy going, our hard work that we put on that field. I'm proud of you, man. Appreciate it.
We're talking about the founding fathers, the ones who laid the foundation of Buck football.
What's up, Mr. Wood? Hey, LD, what's going on, baby?
Man Wood.
They defined what it means to play Buck ball.
Lamonte and Devin field every single time. And
every time they ran the ball from this formation,
they went that way.
Taking this Kansas City offense, knocking them around the field, to me, that's Buck ball.
Have a second Super Bowl title.
Some of us are born in Tampa Bay, while others
want to see real play.
Are born again.
This is what we call a VHS tape.
But
what we got here?
Bay Philly.
Brian Kelly's playing a little loose too, but really he's just waiting for somebody to sit down on the flat so he can come make a play.
One by one, these nuggets of wisdom are passed on.
This might be even quicker. Oh, okay. You feel me? Yeah, just go.
With the understanding that one day it'll be our turn. We're guided by the confidence of those who've been here before us.
Well, the legacy that we wanted to leave was a championship culture. To have that come with you, he's done a hell of a job.
Everything that I rehearsed in practice became a performance in the game.
The legends we looked up to are right beside us. Buccaneers for life.
I expect to be your teammate again. Canton, Ohio.
Hey,
I'm not jinxing you.
Guys like you.
I'm putting it out.
That's right. Not even another building.
Since 1976, there's a common thread that ties us together. And no matter where you are now or where you were back then, we all played a part in building this legacy. We all have our place across 50 seasons. This place is home to the greats, the first rounders and the diamonds in the rough, the all-pros and the Hall of Famers. Tampa Bay is where we become who we're meant to be.
From the some 60,000 plus fans at Tampa Stadium.
Tampa Bay, and a static crowd of better than 65,000 comes onto the field. Straight 1,000-yard season.
Buck stops here.
Malcolm Glazer.
How about that one? The Bucs are the pro champions of the world.
Short step class.
That's special, brother.
So whether we're newcomers
pleasure.
or long-timers,
Appreciate you.
we're all part of this Buccaneer legacy. And the best
Bro
part
hug
of this next
from all of
chapter
them.
is that it's just beginning. Our story outlives us. The next 50 seasons belong to the Buccaneers.
Man, golly. I could watch that 1,000 times, man. I could watch that 1,000 times. That is
pretty
so
good, huh?
Yeah, that is so good. I know. I want to watch it again. I mean, it's so good. The bro, I see something new every time I watch it. The Batman glove, Richard Batman Wood, the succession of bro hugs all together, past the present.
Yeah.
You know, the passing of the torch from Brooks, Mr. Buccaneer, to Mike, Mr. Buccaneer. You know, that is just, it's so the symbolism told in the pictures and the words and marrying them all together with all the images of past and present. I mean, it's perfect. You know, it's perfect. I don't know who edited that and wrote it. I should probably get him on the show, but it's absolutely perfect.
Yeah, we need to throw some credit out for whoever came up with that. That was genius.
Yeah, you know what? I need to look. I'll look that up and I'll get it to you next week, because whoever's doing this stuff just needs to be lauded. I mean, the 50th. I think it's 50th. Trent Cooper, who's directing, Emmy Award-winning Trent Cooper, seven Emmys, who is directing and producing the 50th anniversary documentary, which is just going to be. It's going to be that for 2 hours or an hour and a half, whatever it's going to be. And it's just going to be so freaking good. My guess is he did that. My guess is, but I don't want to. I'll find out for sure and we'll let you know. So yeah, just so beautifully done, man. I mean, I get a little weepy eyed. I got goosebumped, and now we got a little weepy eyed. That's crazy.
I don't think they gave Brad Johnson enough love in that video, though.
Yeah, where was Brad?
Where was Brad?
Is Brad even in there?
I didn't see him at all.
Huh.
Maybe he was busy filming trick shots that day. He couldn't make it for the video shoot.
I know he's part of the documentary.
Yeah.
But I don't remember him playing a role in that. I'll go back and look.
I never did. I've watched it 3 or 4 times now. I never did see him.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
He just didn't make the final edit.
That's interesting. I think get back on it.
Rick says no Warren Sapp.
There was a picture of Sapp and Brooks in there.
Yeah.
And he was making a tackle. He was in there. Yeah, I saw Sapp. Let me see. Did we put this one up? Mass transit aspect of the deal is covered with DeSantis and state money and good standing with this ownership group. I mean, that is the truth. Yeah, absolutely. That's why it's a huge part of it. So I've told you from February, folks, that this group is really politically connected in a lot of different ways that helps the whole thing get through. Mike H says there's no flight path that goes over Ybor. That water view is of a channel, not that great, next to a huge gas tank farm. It's true. I think they'll do some stuff with that, I would think. So have to be a little bit more visionary, Mike. It's not going to stay stagnant the way it is today. Colossal or Kilo Sal, as I like to call him. Brighter days for Tampa Bay area and Tampa ahead. Yep, absolutely. JP, your new enemy, number one, should be the Department of Transportation. Let's get the highways and roadways upgraded to handle all of this proposed growth. You ain't wrong, bro. But all these toll roads, it's like we get taxed enough in this state. I know we don't have income tax, but property taxes, sales taxes, all the taxes in this state, we get taxed enough. Why do we have to pay taxes on every new road that's built? I don't get it. CJ Rhodes says, is there going to be a party to celebrate the sale of the Rays for fans when dealing is done, finalized?
Rivers.
Yes, there is. We're going to have a party at Riveters. Absolutely. We're going to drain those vats of microbrews. So yes, we're going to do it. Muslim Adam Sandler said, insane that the Tampa streetcar hasn't been upgraded or modernized. What kind of city doesn't have a train going from downtown to the airport? Agreed.
We don't
got to
have
be
one
better,
here.
man. Rick says, I saw the Bucs video last night. Yaya and Simeon sound like an opening act of the Royal Petermans or a cereal from Asian Market. Yaya and Simeon. That is good. Kenneth McClary, good morning to you. Said, hey, JP, I saw something about Castellanos, the quarterback for FSU, saying that he should be competing for the Heisman. Is this guy good or is he just as cocky? I think he should shut his mouth. The whole, like, Nick Saban's not going to save Bama thing when you're a 12.5-point underdog on your own field is not smart. I don't – listen, I love the confidence in the kid, but there's quiet confidence. Your team is coming off 2-10, bro. Shut the hell up. Shut up and go play.
When you're 3-0, start shooting your mouth off.
No, just don't shoot your mouth off until you win a national championship.
No.
Look, I've seen Castellanos play. He can be dangerous. He's really good. He's a really good runner. And, he can, with given the time and the opportunity to throw, and this will be heavy RPOs, which opens up lanes underneath, and he can execute that. That's good stuff. And I hope it's effective. But you can't be talking. Come on, bro. You're 2-10. You're part. I know you weren't part of 2-10, but you're playing for a team that was 2-10. Got one win against an FBS team. Almost lost that. Come on. Shut the hell up.
I don't think I have a problem with it. It's just putting pressure on himself and his team to back it up. That's all.
Why put more pressure on yourself?
Because you're
and your
cocky.
team.
You believe.
I don't like. No.
And he's like, what, 18 years old?
No, he's not. He's like 23.
That's the same thing.
No, it's not.
In these days it is.
Oh. Michael Lewis says Castellano was benched at BC for going 2 for 7 against Syracuse. He stepped away from the team days later and entered the transfer portal. None of that is good for me. None of it. Mm-hmm. I said I want to get behind the team and I want to get behind Castellanos and all that. But, when I first heard that he was going to be the guy, I was not excited at all. And frankly, I hope this kid from Frisco, Sperry, beats him out.
Oh, he will.
I do. And then he'll transfer to, who knows where. I hate that I'm talking about my own quarterback like this, but yesterday it was in The Athletic. They did a ranking of quarterbacks and tiers of quarterbacks, and I'm like, oh, where's Castellanos going to be? And he was 65 in tier 4. And he's talking about winning the Heisman and beating Bama. Come on, bro. That's just dumb. And now he hasn't said anything since that stupid Bama comment. So hopefully Norvell said, hey, man, we don't need to be doing this. I hope.
Yeah.
Because if he's still mouthing off, even after that blunder, then we got a problem that you can't control your players. I mean, Jiminy Christmas. That's just dumb. Hugh Janus says, Hugh Janus. FSU is the dumpster. Need to fire Norvell. I'm getting close to that. Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm not. But if he's allowing this stuff to go on, that's not cool. What else there was a couple others I wanted to get in there. It's got so many damn freaking I love you guys. It's great. We can't even get them all in. I haven't done one from Brandon Weed this morning. Good morning, my friends. To JP, you might already talked about it, but if the stadium goes down to Ybor Harbor site, then where will the soccer stadium go? Is that one land plot still available in Ybor? And it's like funny. It's like we've already like built the baseball stadium. Now where do we put the soccer stadium? Like, Jesus Christ.
Optimistic.
Let's just get the baseball stadium done. We'll figure out where the soccer stadium needs to be. It's not, with all due respect, it's just not a priority right now. Where they play at Blake is really cool, by the way, where the Sun play. And the Rowdies, if they come over, I think, first of all, it doesn't, just because the Rowdies are part of the sale doesn't mean they move from Al Lang until Welch kicks them out. So I think they should stay at Al Lang. What else? I think that's it. Yeah, USL. Hugh mentions USL and MLS are competitors, so I don't know how the whole, getting to MLS from the Rowdies is going to work. So, yeah. No. Here's another new one in here. Ruben Barreto, welcome in, my friends. The USL will have first division league in 3 years to compete with MLS. Oh, well, that's cool. So they're moving towards a competition with MLS. Well, then you'll need a bigger stadium. For 15,000, I think will do it, though. honestly, for the Rowdies. You want a more intimate, and as somebody else mentioned in the comments, baseball, the sight lines are different. So if you put a soccer stadium in, then a good baseball stadium has the seats towards the infield and the outfield proportionally. So yeah, it doesn't work. But again, we'll worry about that later. Jordan G says, ask Kagan if they can add the Sun to the Uptown Mosey location. A massive sports complex is going in. Yeah, that'd be a good spot for him too. I like that. MLS ratings down badly because they paywalled behind Apple TV. No good. Oh, did they really? That doesn't sound smart. I think he's right. Yeah. What else we got here? Sergio Biltrace says they are building a new stadium in Miami, but they're currently playing Fort Lauderdale. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, Inter Miami, they're building. Again, building a huge, I think it's a $10 billion complex that Beckham is doing with the soccer team as the hub. $10 billion, I said. Miami's doing that, and it's not even really in a great location. Downtown Tampa is a prime location for development. So, yeah, that's why this deal works. All right, that'll do it for today. Thank you guys again. So many comments. We can't even get to them all. I apologize, but we love you guys. Thank you for being a big part of the show. Timmy, I got a birthday tomorrow, bro. I don't think I'm going to make it in. Can you handle the show tomorrow?
I can figure something out.
Yeah, I'll put on some of the great interviews we had all this week because I think JP's going to take a day off for his birthday. I think that's warranted, right?
JP's going to be in bed till about 2:00 Eastern time and try to recover from the night.
I think that's spot on, my friend. Have a great day, everybody. Love you all. Glad we've been on the air all this week and bringing all the up-to-date news to you while others are on vacation. Ill-planned, but thank you guys. Perfect timing for us. Thanks a bunch because we got a bunch of new viewers. We love you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe to all our social media and also on our YouTube channels. Have a great day, everybody.